The clock was pointing to midnight and calm enveloped Khaled's room. His new phone, in which he paid thousands of dirhams, was placed next to him when a strange vibration shook. It was no ordinary notification. It was an SMS, but strangely it was from a number Khaled hadn't used in 5 years, the number of his old friend who had suddenly traveled and had news cut off. Khaled glimpsed part of the message on the closed screen. "I'm in location." Before Khaled could completely open his eye to see the rest of the message, the phone froze. The screen turned into a cold black slab, responding to no pressure, no power button, no touch, nothing. The phone was silent as a stone, as if it had stopped time, but the notifications light was slowly flashing as if it were a trapped living heart. It was no longer just a technical malfunction. It had become a mystery, related to the life of his missing friend. Khaled feared that this message was the last call or the last location before it disappeared completely. He tried everything: unscrewed the charger and reconnected, left it for hours, even cooled it, but the phone was adamant about its fatal silence. The only thing that prevented him from resorting to the maintenance center was his fear of factory reset. Unscrewing or repairing the device would inevitably wipe the message for good, and the opportunity to save his friend or learn his fate was lost with him. Khaled began a painstaking search journey, drowning in forgotten forums and obscure technical sites. All the solutions he found required turning on the phone. After sleepless nights and on a decade-old page, Khaled found a strange comment written by a retired engineer. He did not mention the phone by name, but wrote one sentence, as if it were a puzzle. "A machine does not wake up from a coma unless it feels part of a larger system." A bigger system. Khaled repeated the phrase in amazement. Remember that this type of phone, when frozen like this, does not come back to life once it is unplugged. It needs more than energy. It needs a purpose. Khaled looked at the charger plugged into the wall socket. It's normal energy, Def, but the bigger system? Remember that modern phones, which rely on powerful processors, have a forced synchronization feature, which is only activated when the phone is connected to a device that asks for data. At breakneck speed, Khaled disconnected the charger cable from the socket, plugging it directly into the USB port of his desktop computer. The computer wasn't necessarily working, but just the sense of data flow, not random power, was what the phone was waiting for. The moment the phone felt a connection to the data system, the screen shook violently and the deadlock was broken. The main screen appeared, and immediately Khaled opened the waiting message. The message used to say, "I'm in. Don't worry. I'm fine, and I was hoping you were the first to know that I opened my new company here." The letter was just an announcement of success, but for Khaled, it was his hardest day.